Hello and welcome to the latest Birmingham Post Business Bulletin. I'm Graeme Brown and today we're going to bring you up to speed on the controversy which still surrounds the closure of MG Rover. We reported in the Post today that a serious fraud office investigation is to take place into the collapse of the Midlands car giant 4 years ago. And in a written statement to Parliament, Business Secretary Peter Mandelson confirmed this morning that investigators would look into whether a criminal investigation should now take place. 6,000 jobs were lost when the firm collapsed in 2005, and it still remains a controversial topic. To find out more, I'm going to speak to business correspondent Jon Griffin, who's been covering MG Rover for more than 11 years. Jon, can you remind us about the background of this story?
Yeah, well, as we know, MG Rover closed in April 2005 amidst debts of £1.3 billion. Shortly after that, in the summer of that year, the government announced it was holding a full inquiry into the reasons for the collapse of the car firm. That inquiry has dragged on, and now, this weekend, we learn that the Serious Fraud Office is to hold a separate inquiry into a potential fraud at Longbridge, or covering the collapse of Longbridge. That has come as a huge shock to workers who've been waiting for payments from the MG Rover Trust Fund. Those payments have been delayed until publication of the report. They will now be delayed still further. I've spoken to the MG Rover Trust Fund trustees this morning, Carl Chin, who tells me that workers feel angry and betrayed that after all this length of time, there is now to be a separate fraud investigation into the collapse of Longbridge. One thing that we ought to make clear is that the administrators, PricewaterhouseCoopers, who were appointed to deal with the investigation into the original financial status, if you like, of the company, found no grounds for possible problems there. So one has to ask the question, why has it taken 4 years for this suggestion of fraud, and it is only a suggestion at this stage, for this suggestion of fraud to be uncovered? As a result, workers will be left again waiting to receive payments which could amount to as much as four figures. There's £16 million in a Phoenix Venture Holdings bank account, but that money can't be paid until the publication of the report.
Do we have any idea what form this investigation is going to take?
Well, it's a Serious Fraud Office investigation. What they'll be centring on, I don't know. There was a huge network of companies involved at Longbridge, set up by the Phoenix Four. But no, nobody can prejudge exactly what the so-called allegations of fraud will centre upon.
Thanks for that, Jon. As Jon said, the Department for Business Innovation and Skills also confirmed this morning that an independent inspector's report into MG Rover would be delayed even further. The inquiry, which started straight after the collapse in 2005, has already cost the taxpayer £16 million and was only delivered last month. The government said the delay was needed to ensure a potential prosecution was not prejudiced. And that's all from today. The story seems set to rumble on, so remember to find out the latest in the Post tomorrow and log on to birminghampost.net again tomorrow for another business bulletin. Thank you.
One.